If the sun suddenly blinked out of existence, you would have nothing to worry about for the first 8 minutes. Anyway, after that, all hell would likely break loose. Still, it wouldn't be the instantaneous end to life on Earth that you might think. When the lights go down, light takes roughly 8 minutes to reach Earth from the sun. For that reason, if the sun disappeared, we would still see it in the sky for another 8 minutes. But what about the gravity? The sun is the anchor point of the solar system. At 333,000 times the mass of the Earth, it exerts a hefty pull that keeps the planets locked in their orbits. If all that gravitational force disappeared, it would still take us 8 minutes to feel it. That's because according to Einstein's theory of relativity, gravity travels at the same speed as light. After that, Earth still wouldn't be snuffed out. Electricity would still work. And it would still take up to an hour for the light from our planets to be reflected back to Earth. So there would be a peaceful glow in the sky. With no sunlight, photosynthesis would stop, but that would only kill some of the plants. There are some larger trees that can survive for decades without it. Within a few days, however, the temperatures would begin to drop and any humans left on the planet's surface would die soon after. Within 2 months, the ocean's surface would freeze over. But it would take another 1,000 years for our seas to freeze solid. By then, however, the atmosphere would collapse, radiation would seep in, and Earth would be an inhospitable wasteland drifting aimlessly through space. Lucky for you, the sun is showing no signs of disappearing anytime soon. Temperatures would start to plummet and the planet would start freezing. It would take millions of years for the planet to completely freeze solid, but up here on the Earth's crust, temperatures would drop below 0 degrees Celsius within the first week, dropping to a bone-chilling -100 degrees within the first year. The Earth would eventually stabilize around -240 degrees for a few millions of years while geothermal energy is still working. Photosynthesis would stop immediately and all plants would quickly perish. Most species on the planet would only survive a brief amount of time on before they too perished in the greatest extinction event in the history of our little world. Between the extreme temperatures, panic and the collapse of civilizations, most of the human population would be wiped out. The few who survived would need to migrate closer to the center of the Earth, living off geothermal energy in a matrix-style city. Eventually, the planet will freeze and Earth will be a solid, frozen chunk of rock sailing through space. But that won't happen for billions of years. Hopefully by then, we will have found a way to leave our once prosperous world and migrate to a new home. Then again, the chances of the sun vanishing without a trace are very small, so we probably don't need to worry about it.